full rhythm. Blink and few will miss it, Darts. Oh, unbelievable!
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Belfast and the Betway Premier League. Brought to you by the professional dance corporation, live on Sky Sports as we welcome the millions of viewers joining us around the world. Let's welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the 11 PDC ranking events. It's Chizzy, Dave Chisnall. And now, ladies and gentlemen, 6 times a winner of the Premier League. Time to meet the record-breaking, history-making, 16-time the champion of the world. It's Phil, the power.
Could be the dream night for one of these two. 2 wins on the bounce would be perfect night's work, mate.
Well, it really would be, especially for Phil, because he's put himself right in the mix now, and if he can get 2 points here against Chizzy, he'll be up to 3rd in the table. And I must admit, I predicted a real tough night for Phil, but the way he dismantled Gary from 4-0
It was brilliant,
down,
wasn't it?
It was 110 average for the last 7 legs. Now, that's going to kind of beat anyone. But Chizzy himself was so impressive against Adrian Lewis. If they can both play like that again, we're in for a Brahma of a game.
Chisnall, Taylor, Rod Harrington, Rod Stood, take it away.
Thanks, Dave. Yes, both players averaged 104 in their first match. World rank number 6, Dave Chisnall, against world rank number 7, Phil Taylor. Does anyone really think he's the 7th best player in the world? Surely there's not 6 players better than Phil Taylor, and certainly not the way he played against Gary Anderson at the back end of that match, as he ran 7 legs straight to derail the Flying Scotsman. If he wins here, he can go up as high as 2nd in the table. But whisper it quietly, Dave Chisnall, who had been written off as a no-hoper as we arrived in Belfast, could actually get back into the mix. If he wins, he'll have 12 points, and only 2 points off the playoff spots. Just shows you what a difference a night can make, Rodney, doesn't it?
Well, it certainly does, and it just proves that we call ourselves experts, but we haven't got a clue at times.
I've not heard you called that before.
96.
But you're right, these two played absolutely brilliant early on. And this man, Phil Taylor, well, he rolled back the years, didn't he? Those 7 legs against someone like Gary Anderson, especially. You know, when he went 4-0 down,
97.
You thought the writing was on the wall, but he just went into autopilot, played 1 leg at a time, didn't think of anything in front of throwing 1 dart at a time. And as basic as that sounds, that's exactly
100.
what you have to do. And he's up against Dave Chisnall, who's kind of the same. He does not think too much or overthink the game, and he tore into Adrian Lewis early on, and AD couldn't get back at him. So a
59.
close game is expected.
Well, sometimes it's difficult for players to get up for a second game of the night, as Phil Taylor goes through the full exercise routine there. It's a bit reminiscent of Miguel Angel Jimenez with his extraordinary exercise routine. But last week we saw Peter Wright against Gary Anderson in the last game, Rod, when Gary averaged 113 in a 7-2 win, and Peter in defeat averaged 103. So
100.
just shows that the popular wisdom that
131.
the last match of the night isn't always a Brahma, as Wayne would call it. Double 16 then for David Chisnall.
99.
Well, that would have been a start to this last match of the evening. And let's not forget, Dave Chisnall has played 2 games on a night previous and won both of those. So
105.
he'll be walking up here thinking, I've got no problem with the
32.
concentration. He just wants to tighten this up, and this would be, you know, superb opening leg. 13 darts for Chisnall. 13 darts it is.
Dave Chisnall. Second leg, it's Phil to throw first.
Yes, he had that double win in Exeter, didn't he, when Michael van Gerwen was absent with a bad back, and Chizzy took advantage, beating Barney and James Wade. Wade, whose birthday it was 2 weeks ago, lost both matches on his birthday, and Barney tonight beaten on his birthday by Michael van Gerwen. They'll be queuing up not to play on their birthday.
100.
Yeah, Barney just didn't get into the game, did he? Only won 180, and before he walked up there was 49. He was level with Dave Chisnall. And if you're not going to beat Michael van Gerwen when he's throwing 103, you've not got much chance, because that's, you have to say, just average for Michael.
Yes, van Gerwen beat him at the weekend on the European
140.
Tour. 6-3 in that match. And 7-2 tonight.
Well, I guarantee Barney would have been a little bit of daydreaming like we all do at times, thinking, you know, I could beat Michael tonight. What a birthday present that would be. However, the champagne will still taste the same this evening, Rodders.
140.
Yeah, still a special day for Barney.
127.
Mrs. VB, Sylvia over here. Treble 19 for the power. Oh, it's there. Bullseye then for a 1-2-7.
82. Davey Aguirre, 121.
Well, the way Chizzy's been playing this evening, you fancy him to get a 3rd dart at the bullseye. He wants treble 17 to leave that bullseye. Well, he hasn't, so Taylor's going to come back.
85.
Will it be 5 or will it be 13?
45.
Should be 13. Prefers down the left-hand side. And with all the doubles that have cost him over the years, this one has. But not this time. Levels it up at 1 apiece.
The leg is Dave to throw first.
And like I said on stage a little bit earlier on, Rod, all the other players want Chisnall to win this. It opens up, in my opinion, 3 and 4.
140.
But if Phil wins this, it makes it really tight and may only open up. I know there's plenty to go by, but it only opens up 4, in my opinion.
Yes, they're all playing each other, though, aren't they? That's the interesting thing. Taylor plays
100.
Wright next week in Birmingham. Then he's got to play Michael van Gerwen, and then he plays Adrian Lewis. So he's got matches against his main rivals.
82.
Van Gerwen, well, we've just been trying to do some permutations, barring something utterly preposterous. He is already there.
60.
Not that that's any surprise to any of us, but the other places will be filled by Wright, Anderson, Barney, Taylor or Lewis. Or Chizzy. Or Chizzy.
100.
Fascinating conclusion to what's been a fantastic Premier League campaign. It all culminates in the Docklands at the O2 Arena next month.
Yes, and let's not forget the £25,000 for the person who heads the league going into those finals. That's been brought in this year by the PDC, because they felt, you know, sometimes you win the league and you don't benefit from it. So a little bonus that Michael is heading for.
Not so much of the little, Rodney. Well, Dave Chisnall with plenty of time here, because Phil Taylor's still not on a finish, even after that treble 20. So Chizzy with half a dozen at this if he needs it. No pressure. Yes, that was wild, Dave. That's not though, so he leads 2-1.
Dave Chisnall
going with throw.
We'll let it Phil to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, it kind of looked as if Phil Taylor was conserving his concentration and energy in that leg. Once Dave Chisnall got too far in front, you think, well, I can't win it anyway.
100.
But the problem is, with going up just a bare ton, you're opening yourself up for Chizzy to come in for a few 180s. We haven't had one in this match yet.
60.
He had 4 against Adrian Lewis in the opening match of the evening.
$59.
Well, again, chance for Chizzy if he can find his range. Found it, lost it, found it again.
125.
Gives him a 26-point edge. The break of throw would give him that little cushion, little bit of breathing space. So pressure on the power. Seen a lot of that, Rod, haven't we? Under pitching, then over pitching.
59.
Darts 1 and 2.
Yes, he did it in all 4 legs against Gary Anderson, then all of a sudden found it, but he doesn't want to let Chizzy get more than a couple of legs in front, because he can be very, very dangerous. Because Dave, as I said, and I keep saying it, he doesn't overthink the game. Just one leg at a time. Let's just roll them out and roll them out. And he's very good at it as well.
Yeah, it's
96.
Not the approved strategy to keep giving 2, 3, 4 leg starts to world-class darts players. And Chizzy here, well, 140 would leave his favourite. His choice here now for Chizzy. 16 leaves tops, 20 leaves double 18. Entirely his personal preference. He wants to leave tops.
Well, he didn't want to go the 18s route after what nearly happened against Adrian Lewis early on, when he split the 18s in the 9s. Could have been very costly. It wasn't, but it come very close. So for a breaker throw and to get a 2-leg lead, double top for the Chiz, and double top it is.
Dave Chisnall. Mid leg is Dave to throw first.
Breaker throw, he's got the darts. In some ways similar to the game against Adrian Lewis. In that one he got the early break, went 3-0 up and then nursed the lead home to a 7-3 success.
57.
Yes, and to be fair to him, I mean, Adrian Lewis in the mid part of that game threw everything at Chizzy, and he held on to it.
140.
And that, believe it or not, is Phil Taylor's first 140 of the match. Against Gary Anderson, he had 17 140s to go with a couple of maximums as well. So has he just found his range? Well, again, a similar story that we've seen.
59.
Under pitching, over pitching, coming down for 19s and unable to find the treble. So the 140 negated.
Mm. 57.
A second chance for the power. He's got to take it this time. Oh, that's a perfect dart. He will have acres of room for his first maximum. And it's all down to that first dart, folks. For any player, if it's in the right position, it just looks so big, as Phil Taylor just proved. Although he throws a big dart,
121.
there's plenty of room for 3 of them in there.
122.
Well, Chisnall is on a finish. So Phil Taylor, single 18 leaves bull. He must go for it. Must go for it.
He isn't.
I can't believe that. With 3-1 behind.
67.
He does it an awful lot, though, Rodders. Whether it's a little bit of gamesmanship, so I don't think you can get it But there will be times when those players will take out those shots.
32.
Well, 32 hit this to win his first leg. Just clip it off the barrel and they'll bounce in. Oh, now then. Wow.
16. Dave 36.
Well, who knows what would have happened had he gone for the bull. The highest checkout of the night so far, incidentally, is 140 by Raymond van Barneveld. And Chisnall, double 18,
It's on the fifth
punishes the power and leads 4-1 after three missed starts at double 16 from the 16 times world champ.
Well, he's almost in the same position as he was against Gary Anderson. However, against Gary Anderson, the first 4 legs, Phil didn't really have a chance.
100.
But that last leg, missing all those darts at a double at a crucial time, would have hurt him more than being 4-0 down to Gary Anderson. And they play on his mind a bit.
57.
It was on the Chisnall throw that. It was a chance for the break back. Only one leg has gone against throw so far this evening in this match. Chisnall with the precious break.
140. $108.
Well, that's Chisnall's first maximum of the match, believe it or not. And it puts him back in the leg as well. Oh, surely you're going to have to switch, Phil. No, he's staying there.
55.
Perhaps you could see more of that treble 20 where he was standing than we could on the camera view, but looked like you should have switched.
And now Chisnall with a 3-dart combination finish that may culminate on the bull, and Taylor not on an outshot. And he will be now, but even with that, leaving 72, Chisnall
124.
has a squeak here. You'd fancy one treble from the first 2, wouldn't you? There it is. Oh, David.
Well, now, Taylor in his prime, these checkouts is where he used to make his money and win tournaments. 8 out of 10. He would take these checkouts out. Can he do it this time? And he needs to. Well, he's going to get 2 at double 6. There you go.
It's on the 6th leg.
Punishment for Davey Chisnall, and he's still got the lead.
Game on.
That was a leg, you have to say, he's given away.
Yeah, with a single 14 leaving bull, the temptation, the lure of the treble 14 was too much for him.
There are a lot of players on that situation would just go for the big fat 14. Don't even mess around with that treble. A lot to be said about that.
100.
What do I always say? Don't miss those big numbers.
Well, Chisnall did, and was denied a chance at the bull.
58.
Which, had he hit it, would have given him a chunky lead at 5-1. Taylor back within 2, looking to break and battle back.
$100. $136.
Well, leaves the big one. Taylor needs 2 trebles now to leave a finish. Not that treble, though. That won't put him in finishing range.
55.
So Chisnall here looking good to go 5-2. Very similar to the game against Lewis. The early break and just rolling along with holds.
58.
Well, that's opened the door a little bit for Phil Taylor. He hit 17 140s in his match against Gary Anderson. He's only hit 2. He needs one here, a ton. Just something upset his concentration there a little bit.
100.
Now this is a nice check out, like the 120. You've got 2 darts at the treble, although he's going down for the 19s. Another treble 19 will leave him double 18.
$76. Will you require 146?
Can't be done now.
105.
Now, there's this situation against Adrian Lewis where Chizzy wanted double 18. The first dart went inside. So, there we have it. Now, these 9s, and he doesn't like it. He's going double 4 now.
Game shot on the 7th leg. Dave Chisnall. No, he'd like his fielder through first.
That's what he did before, wasn't it? Going inside. It's a weird one, that, because through choice of going for the 19s in the first place, he left himself on double 18, when, as you said, he could have been looking up top, which would have left double top or double 16 at some point. So he chose that. Once he goes inside, he's burning a dart. So the whole strategy looks flawed, even though he won the leg run.
I mean, a lot of players love the double 18. Barney's one of them.
134.
But the switch, right away across the board to the double 9, that switch is the worst switch on the board. And so, you know, I'd go for the sensible one, but it's what's in your head at that moment in time.
100.
Yes, in golf they call it course management. We should call it board management. In darts, bang, as he hits his second maximum.
Well, there's some board management right there from Chisnall.
Touché. The rapier riposte comes from the power. Oh, now it's hotting up.
137. Will you require 161? $65. Dave, you require 50.
Well, do you think he'll go 14 for the double 18? No, it should be 10 for the double top. The double top it is for a guaranteed point, and a point that is. Chizzy already won 3 points this evening here in Belfast. He's stepping up to make it 2 wins out of 2.
Well, a really profitable night for Dave Chisnall if he can close this one out. That's a great start. Yeah, to come here and make it 2 from 2. Well, it's bizarre, because if he wins tonight, it will be his 5th win.
137.
And 4 of those wins, Rod, will have come in days when he's played twice. 2 braces of victories when people say it's tough to play twice. So it's not Dave Chisnall. He's struggled when he's played once.
134.
Yeah, well, thrown the sensible book out the window as Dave Chisnall on that one. But I think that's just the character of Dave Chisnall, isn't it? He just gets up there and plays. He doesn't, I know I keep saying he doesn't overthink the game, and, you know, a lot of youngsters, before they've even made their career, or started their career, they're overthinking it, overanalyzing it, and sometimes you just get up there and throw that lump of metal at the wall.
Oh,
40.
The bounce out there gives Dave Chisnall all the time he wants and all the time he needs to wrap up his 2nd win. That's fine.
53.
That sets up tops. Whatever Phil Taylor does here, Chisnall will have 3 darts at tops to win the match and make it 2 out of 2 on the night. Defiance from Phil Taylor. Will his last visit be a maximum?
40.
Or has that given him a chance to clean up the 44? That's a bad miss. Now he's got problems. 39 left. A dart's going to be wasted here. Phil Taylor's 180, might have done the trick. Double 18 for the match then. Is the pick. He's missed it.
22.
That's incredible, isn't it?
It is.
The way he's been playing all evening, he's 105 average, and again, that's 2 big numbers missed that's cost him legs. Now, can Phil Taylor make him pay the ultimate price for those misses? Oh, and that's a long way off. And so is that.
34.
So Chisnall comes back. Well, he will not go for the double nine. It's 10 double four. That's a guarantee.
Absolutely. His MO has been to split. So 2 now at double four, next door to double 18. And Dave Chisnall completes a very good night's work in Belfast. 2 wins out of 2, and his outside chance of qualifying is still alive. He beats the power, 7-2.
Great night at the office for Dave Chisnall. 7-3 win over Adrian Lewis. A 7-2 victory over Phil the Power Taylor. Good work, 104.7.
The greatest year